inauthenticity. Today, we're going to take a look at an article from Weed Maps about a celebrity guide to cannabis brands. So what, if any, celebrity brands have been the most successful so far? Well, we're going to dive into that coming up.
It's only entertainment.
Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, capital markets analyst and host of your Cannabis Business Podcast. According to an article from Benzinga titled, "What if any celebrity cannabis brands have been the most successful so far?" They're saying that in selected studies, celebrity endorsements have produced an average of 4% increase. But at the time, it doesn't appear that that's the case in the U.S. cannabis market. So at the end of the day, it's about dollars and cents. So taking a look at Seth Rogen's Houseplant, he cracked California's top 100 sellers list in 2021, coming in at number 91 with just $9.3 million in sales. Brands like Marley Natural, they only had 4.3 million. Be Real had 3.6 million. Jay-Z had 700,000. There's people like Willie's Reserve, founded in 2015. The Willie Nelson-backed brand, sold in Arizona, California, Colorado, and Nevada, was a top 50 seller in the Colorado market. Notice they didn't say anything about Washington because they had to get out. Nobody was buying it. Nobody cares. And I don't think anybody does care long term. So, Stizzy's has really good branding. They, from what I could tell, aren't using, wrappers necessarily, but Exhibit, his grenade the grenade itself will sell just fine. I don't think Exhibit is really helping. He might be a part of the maybe 4% increase, which is negligible. They give you 10% off for just signing a credit card or give you a free t-shirt or whatever. So 4% is literally nothing. So people like Willie Nelson having to leave Washington, nobody cares. Burner has a brand and he's able to talk about it. And I think through maybe clothing and the culture. And I know it doesn't, I'm not making myself very clear when I say that as a rapper, nobody cares, but yet it's still part of that culture. And he's able to talk about cookies maybe a little bit. I don't really listen to Burner at all. And I don't think a lot of people do. That's kind of my point, is that he's not that influential on the rap scene. He's got a good crew that people follow, but it's more the social media. It's more of the branding. It's more of the clothing. It's more of the culture. Not really, like, look at his album sales. It's not as impactful. And yet Cookies, for example, is going global, worldwide, one of the best brands, and trailblazing more than people that have been around for a long time, like Willie Nelson, who had an opportunity to do it and just couldn't really keep up with the culture. I would say the same thing about Snoop. A lot of his products, Leaf by Snoop, nobody cares unless you're going to come with something. And I've had a vape pen from Stizzy, wasn't very good. I've had a blunt from Cookies, it was terrible. So unless that branding is really, really strong, I don't think a lot of people are going to come back paying a premium for something that's not that good. Some of these celebrities you don't even really know about, like Can, the infused beverage company in California, backed by a host of celebrities like Gwyneth Paltrow, Baron Davis, Rebel Wilson, Ruby Rose, Darren Criss, a whole bunch of other people. And maybe you know that, maybe you don't. They're just trying to get in on the next wave because they see the money behind it. They don't necessarily need their name in front because that could flop and then work against them. The co-founder of BDS Analytics said that brand awareness and brand loyalty are emerging among the cannabis consumer base, but celebrity brand status is less important to consumers. I would absolutely agree with that. Celebrity connection with cannabis and consumers is essential. If buyers sense inauthenticity, then sales may be hard to come by. Once these celebrities can advertise traditionally, they're going to be able to pull in a lot more people. And I think that's why Cookie's been able to do it through the culture of clothing and shoes and hoodies specifically. The hoodies, the hats, everything is kind of just bringing that in. You could see that a little bit with Tyson, but Mike Tyson doesn't have, he definitely rebranded himself, but he is polarizing, like with the whole ear thing when he um, is selling edibles with a chunk of the ear out that he bit from Evander Holyfield's. That still pisses off a lot of people for whatever reason. There's people like Systems of a Down Basis has a company 22 Red. Once the quality of that product and lifestyle of that product can be advertised so that people can grasp onto that lifestyle, I think that's when a lot of these could really resonate with folks in the same way that Snoop Dogg is able to do that with Corona beer. He's able to advertise hanging out on a beach. You can't really get to the masses like that without traditional markets, and that's not really available yet. So I think these folks, through social media can work, but you have to have, the right combination. Back to the celebrity brand cannabis in 2022, we've got Ricky Wilson with Heisman. This is part of that whole culture where he could go online and talk about using sativas for a morning workout or whatever, and get his branding behind that. So a lot of people that could then buy his merch, whatever it's hoodies or workout gear or whatever. I think the lifestyle, which is a lot of what the cannabis cafes are going to do to the culture, I think that's going to be a huge part about that. That's why I've been fighting with that in this state of Washington with the Class C felony on maintaining and operating a marijuana lounge, fighting it for the Seattle Super Chronic Cafe, and being on a committee, the chair of the committee to overturn that felony, writing the bill to do that, because cafes are going to be the heart and soul of the industry, and where a lot of these brands could thrive and have a lot of product demos and swag sales and things like that. So I think with traditional advertising, being able to consume in a cannabis cafe or lounge or some kind of a hospitality type arrangement, brands like Heisman will make mainstream easily, just like a Corona. I was going to say Budweiser, but just because they're big doesn't mean they're good. And I don't really drink Corona either, but I'm talking about the marketing is spot on with the lifestyle brand that cannabis is well known for. No secret, the basketball loves their cannabis just like football, but a lot more basketball players are known for cannabis. Al Harrington with Voila, no different on that front. So how he makes it, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what his relevance is, in the NBA crowd. I've met him in Portland a couple of times. Him and his daughter were in Vancouver, BC as well. We've talked about Burner and Cookies, the brand, probably one of the best at marketing and expanding and scaling and getting their name out there. Definitely trailblazing. A lot better than some of the MSOs even. It's interesting that Be Real waited so long to get his Insane and Dr. Green Thumb brands out there. I think he should have probably jumped in. I think Wu-Tang should have jumped in right in the very beginning. The individuals definitely are and will. But I'm wondering if some of these guys just waited too long. I guess the reason I say that is like, what influence do they have right now? I know that some of the guys from Wu-Tang specifically were out there trying to talk to Gary V, and trying to ask him how to become relevant. And he's like, you guys are dope. Just keep making albums. And they're kind of tired of it, whatever. They don't want to keep doing that. And so makes me wonder what other avenues they're able to attract followers for this. Is it still going to be, the Instagrams, but then cannabis gets blocked all the time? So how are they going to do it? I don't know. I got a lot of questions about celebrity cannabis brands. I don't think they're going to last unless they're currently relevant, but then their record label and everybody else has a problem. So it only seems like retired athletes or we're, self-independent producers and artists. I don't know. Haven't had Khalifa Kush. Don't know if it's any good. I wouldn't put my name on something that wasn't consistently good. So hopefully these guys are doing that, but I highly doubt it. It's probably, anybody in the CBD game, I look at that as kind of snake oil. Same thing with psychedelics, people rushing in, carpetbaggers and get highs, trying to just make money and get high in the process, not really caring about how to produce anything good, especially with psychedelics. They don't know how to scale that up at all. They didn't know how to do it in cannabis either. And some of these guys are suffering. So to put your name behind it so early on in a game says a lot. So with Wiz Khalifa kind of waiting, hopefully he's got the right distributors and producers, processors, retailers, all of the combos that you need to have a good market. Hopefully he's got that. Otherwise, how long can a brand be successful? Because every artist kind of goes away, no matter how big they are, they kind of fade away eventually. And if he doesn't have a good quality product behind him, who cares? Say the same thing about Lil Wayne and Ultra Premium or Method Man. Jam Master J's, those would have been good if he was still around. Those look pretty fun. Jim Belushi in Oregon with Belushi Farms, Bella Thorne with Forbidden Flowers. Talked about Seth Rogen. Ultimately, it's going to influence a lot of people. Look what they're doing with codeine and cough syrup. I mean, stupid people will eat Tide Pods, right? There's dumb people everywhere that will do stupid stuff, including smoking terrible cannabis. So I have no doubt that they have influence. I just don't think it's enough of an influence from, marketing, branding, sales perspective. Yes, people will run out and go do it as a trend, but will it be long-term as a company, as a brand? No, I don't think so. But let me know what you think. With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is The Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out and check out these other videos that we've got.